Welcome to our latest episode of Realtor 101. I'm Mike Dudley, and today we're talking about the Good Faith Deposit. Realtor 101 is a part of our real estate series talking about the transaction. And today, like I mentioned before, we're talking about the Good Faith Deposit. Now, this is the earnest money deposit. It's very important to the home buying process. And it basically tells the seller that you're a committed buyer and it helps fund your down payment. Now, without an escrow, an earnest money deposit, you could make offers on as many homes and essentially taking them off the market until you decide which one you like the best. Now, sellers rarely accept offers without deposits, so you're going to be looking to make the right deposit on the right property. Assuming it all goes to well, your offer is accepted by the seller and the earnest money will actually go towards your down payment and other closing costs. In many circumstances, you can get most of your deposit back if you discover something wrong with the property or something you don't like about the home. Now, how much should you be putting down on a property? Now, that's really going to vary depending on the market, whether it's hot, whether it's cold. But the amount you'll pay for the earnest deposit will depend on a few factors, such as policies, limitations in your state, and the current real estate market. And what the seller requires is sometimes the seller will actually tell you what they want as an escrow deposit. On average, however, you can expect to hand over 1 to 2% of the total purchase price as earnest money. In some real estate markets, you may end up putting down more or less, like I've mentioned before, depending on what the temperature of the market is. Now, you can also seek advice from your real estate agent to see what kind of market you're sitting at the moment. In a real estate market where the homes aren't quite selling quickly, you may only be required to put 1% down or less. In a market where it's a very high demand, so you're looking at a seller's market, then obviously the seller is probably going to ask for a higher deposit, perhaps as much as 2 to 3%. So the next question, when do you pay the earnest money and who holds it? In most cases, after you get an offer accepted and you sign the purchase agreement, you give your earnest money deposit to the title company. Now, that title company will hold it in escrow. It won't be in anyone's pocket, anyone's bank. It will sit in an escrow account, and this will need to be delivered in 3 business days. In some states, the real estate brokerage holds the deposit. Now, always check the credentials of the firm or broker taking that deposit and verify that the funds will be held in an escrow. Never give the earnest money to a seller, because obviously it could be very difficult to get this money back or sometimes impossible. So please make sure you hire a great real estate agent. They know who they're working with and they've communicated with that title company. Now, after turning over the escrow deposit, the funds are held in an escrow account, like I said before, until the home is basically ready to sell and you're at the closing table. Once everything is ready, the funds are released from escrow and applied to your down payment. Now, another big question, how do you get the earnest money back? Now, this is sometimes a tricky one, but again, if you have a good real estate agent, it shouldn't be a problem. If the deal falls through, a small cancellation fee is usually taken out deposit, but sometimes it's not. So it really depends on the case by case. Whoever holds the deposit determines whether you should get the money back under the terms of the purchase agreement. Make sure that that purchase agreement covers how a refund is handled. Now, this normally goes back to an inspection period. You can normally get it released if you're still within that point. But again, speak to your real estate agent if you have any questions. To be on the safe side, always make sure the purchase agreement covers how a refund will be handled. Keep in mind that even if you have pre-approval for your mortgage loan, you can be declined when you apply for one. In such cases, standard contracts allow you to recover your earnest money deposit. You can usually get your money back if you find problems with the property, again, leading back to our inspection video. So that pretty much covers everything as far as the escrow deposit. If you do have any further questions that I haven't answered in this video today, please feel free to reach out to us and it would be an absolute pleasure to answer your questions. The escrow deposit is, generally speaking, quite an easy thing to wrap around your head. Like I said before in the video, just make sure which kind of market you're in when putting one down. With my clients, we normally do around 1% to 2% because it is pretty hot in Central Florida and Orlando. So again, if you have any questions, reach out to me at info@Dudley Elite Realty. And again, I'm Mike Dudley, and I will see you guys soon. You have a great day, and you stay safe out there.